Okay, welcome back to the garage. I've only done a little bit this morning and I've managed to make a mess while I'm at it, but I've got this tacked on. Now it's fairly level, it's out just a touch in a couple of places, but when I say just a touch, I mean, less than half a mil, if that. But I've had the cylinder in there and I've had the rod up and down, and I can slide the cutter up and down. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to weld it out, weld the sides, weld that inside and out, and then I'm going to take it over on the mill and machine a few things, like tidy it up. I'm going to put the cylinder back in for a second, mark out this, so I'll just machine this down to the size of the cylinder. And just get everything so it's all lined up and even. So this will be the same as that. See, this side's out, as you can see, just a fraction more, but just the way it lines up. So, and like I said, I don't know how much I end up machining off either side of this one. So, but Noisy is my welder. I don't know if I'm a machinist, I'm not a welder. Well, I have done welding over the years, but I got that set on about 65, 70 amps, 19 volts, and about 4.5 meters a minute of wire. Maybe I'll take it up to, that's 6 minutes a minute. 6 meters, 6.1 meters per minute. That might be a little bit too much, but I'll see how it looks. Actually, I might take that back. Say 5.5 meters a minute, and see how we go. So I'll weld this up and then we'll bring you back when I'm done. It won't be a big day out here today because Bruce is coming up today and we're going to book our accommodation for our Tasmania trip in October, so stay tuned. I'll bring you back when I finish welding this. Righto, it's all welded. I did 3 runs on here and here because I can't do the inside, or I don't want to do the inside because the cylinder comes pretty close to the edge, so that's going to be plenty strong enough. The weld's actually got a little better. I realised what I was doing. The first runs were bloody terrible, and I upped the amps from about 65 up to about 90 and made a huge difference. I could probably run my wire up a bit faster as well, but then that's pushing the weld. That's not pulling. I think I pulled one weld and then pushed the last one, so the wire facing the direction I'm going. Anyway, that's going to do. What I'm going to do now is take it up and stick it in the mill and clean all this up. Bruce is not coming today, so he's coming tomorrow, so I might get a bit more done today than I anticipated, which is good. So I've just got to try and work out how I'm going to put that in the mill, how I hold it. I can pack it under here. Look at what, point the camera, you dickhead. Put some packing under here and clamp it on top. Clamp it down, so I can clamp it through here and through here. See how we go. But I'll go and clean the mill up while I'm waiting for that to cool off, and then we'll go and play around up there. Alright, we've got him clamped down. This side I might be able to manage. I don't know how I'm going to do the other side because of that bastard. So here we go. And because it's out just a touch, so I've had to pack that corner, which is fine. That's sitting steady on there now, so I'm just going to skim this side to get it all flat, turn it over somehow. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. I'll have to think about that one. Alright, let's do this, eh? I'm going to have to extend this down a fair bit because here, so I better, let's do it that way, do it the quick way. The limit switch in there. Righto, turn that on. This could be a little fiddly, so I might have to just time lapse this because I've got to try and touch each corner and just zero on the digital readout, and we'll see how we go. Let's get some speed going. We've got 1000 RPM. Righto. Going from that, I mean, it's too hard to try and show you on this because it's not backlit. This corner here, these three corners are alright. This corner here is about 1.25 mm higher than here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to knock the top off those. We'll come over this side and go down to 0. No, I can't. I've got to go to minus. I'll go to minus 0.7 and just try and machine that along and see how I go. Hopefully it won't chatter too badly. It shouldn't. But let's see how we go. Alright, I'll finish this off on this side and then I'll bring you back when I'm done. Righto, I've got the other side done, including I faced this bottom end. I don't have to bring this one too far down, so what I'm taking is about 2 mm off it just to clean it up. This side I'm going to bring right down to the weld. So it's parallel there. This is out a little. I'm in two minds whether how far I'm going to machine down here, or I'm just going to clean up, because these are nearly parallel. I'm going to put the square on that, the level on that, and see what it's like and see what I'm going to do. Worst case scenario is I might just clean this area up, make that look a bit prettier than that, rather than grinding. It always looks better machined. And then I'll machine this down, and then take it out. What I'll do is I'm going to lay it on its side, clamp it down, and maybe take the skim off that. See how we go. Stay tuned. Before I go any further, just thought I'd show this. This is quality machinery, quality decking, everything's quality. Look at the level, look at the bubble. That's on the table. That's level with the table, because this side was level with the table. So yeah. Righto, I've been in and had some lunch. It's after lunch now. It's 1:10. But I've got this done. It was a little bit odd, a little bit out. This side cleaned up fine. Oops, that'll do the table a lot of good. But this side, as you'll see, cleaned up all this side, but not quite this side. And I didn't want to take too much down, because just the way it's set up, the other side sticks out further than this side, so I can't really take any more off. But it's going to be fine. I've been through and I've deburred it. Oh, it's not real good. But what I'm going to do now is try and bolt it down on that surface. And I don't even know whether I'm going to machine. I don't think I will, but what I'm going to do is run a 45-degree cutter along just to tidy that weld up, and then machine this down. So bear with me and I'll bring you back shortly. I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this cutter out and put the 45 degree in, and I'm just going to crack these and square this up on the table. So, and the other, because that's 5 cutters, this is 4. Be a little bit easier on it. Oh, it's getting warm. And then I can face this. I've checked this with the level, with the electronic level, and it's 0.2 of a degree out that way, and it's same that way as the table, working from the table, not from natural level. So I'm going to change that over just to try and make things a little bit easier on it. Righto, let's do some more. I'm going to take it down till just above the weld. Then I'm going to touch up this face here just a little. Alright, now I'll square this up like I was going to do when I change the cutter. Big little. Alright, see how close we are. I'm going to slow it down, see if I can stop that, see if that'll stop the cherry. But righto, now it's pissing me off. I'm going to clean up these, do these chamfer here, finish this one up the top here, and I'm going to put the other cutter in to do this face. That's chattering, and that's taking less than half a mil. So I'm over this machine well and truly. You can hear it. Fucking piece of shit. Anyway. Let's see. Well, I'm going to call that done. That's a fucking pain in the ass. I can't work with this stupid fucking mill. So, it's even steps in that, but I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to do the, obviously do the top and the chamfers and leave it at that. I think I'll be done with this fucking thing. What I'm considering doing then is I might take that cutter off, and you can't see what I'm pointing at. Take that cutter off, sandblast it, file and chamfer it, and then sandblast it, ready to powder coat when I put it back together. So bear with me while I turn it over. Okay, we're all done with the mill. Done chamfers, brought those sides down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to round those corners, put round corners on. I didn't machine this side because it was just too fucking hard. Too much chatter. I mean, the job doesn't help, but the shitty ass machine makes it even fucking worse. So just did the top and the chamfers. What I've still got to do yet is I'm going to get a new flat oil and just blend these corners. I might even put just a little bit more weld in. Same there. Same there, same there, just so I can blend it. Same there, I don't want those corners looking like that. That one's alright. Maybe down there. And I forgot to weld in there. Nothing sits in there, but I'm going to weld that out. Finish dressing this up, and then I will I've got my other stuff in there too today. I've got the nuts for this. So next time I'm out here, I probably won't get out here tomorrow because Bruce is coming up. He didn't get here today. I'm going to machine that off. I'm not going to fuck around grinding it. I'm going to machine it so it's nice and flat. Take that cutter off, and I'll machine that nice and flat. Ready to weld the bolt on. The nuts, I'll put the nut on here, bolt it all together, tack it all, like tack the nut on, fully weld it. It'll be time to start assembling it. I'm going to do the whole assembly thing first, get it running, and then strip it and powder coat it. Well, actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to build the stand for it first. I'll do it last, because I'm going to make that so it bolts on. So I'm Huh? What the fuck was that? Who knows? Probably weld a plate across there and holes and bolt it down. So put some more 10mm plate across the bottom and bolt it to the frame. So then I can unbolt it, That I can powder coat. Well, no, I might not be able to powder coat it because I don't think it's going to fit in my oven. No, I'll just have to paint it. That's alright. Some enamel paint, black enamel, and that'll come up nice. So I'll sandblast that before I paint it. The base, I'm going to go and get myself some RHS. I was going to say RSJ then. I don't need RSJ for that. It's not that fucking heavy. Only 25mm, that's not that size. But I'm going to get the painted, the blue stuff, so I won't need to sandblast. All I'm going to do is just give it a wipe down and a brush and a hit it with the paint. So yeah, starting to make some progress, which is good. You know, like I said, I've got me my regulator filter. That's the 10mm hose. Inside, I'm pretty sure I've got the control valve, some air fittings, and the nuts. So there's just one more lot of air fittings to come, and I'll be ready to put it together. So, so even tomorrow before Bruce gets here, I might duck into town and go and get myself a length or 2 lengths of RHS. For those of you that don't know, RHS is rolled hollow section. So square. It's not. People say square tube. It can't be a tube if it's square. Tube is round. So it's RHS. So I'm going to get a couple of lengths RHS, and I might get some wheels. Yeah. It'll start to come together quickly. More hopefully, maybe, I'll have this completed before the end of next week, and then I'll be able to pull it apart and paint it, and then finish it properly. I'll be ready to party. Yeah, so thanks for hanging around. I don't know when I'll get this video up, whether it'll be... I don't think I'll get it up today because it's a bit late now, by the time I edit it, and then save it, and then... Oh, I might be able to get it uploaded, I'll see. But that's coming together nicely now, so thanks for hanging around again. And until next time, as usual, stay safe. Peace.